Hello everyone! It's been a long time I don't make any videos. I went back to work and it's been crazy, so that's why I haven't been making any videos. But now I have a kind of a big book haul and a few updates. I got Across the Universe by Beth Revis, and I already read this and I really loved it. I'm gonna film a review later on today. I got Every Boy's Got One by Meg Cabot, and this is a book from the Boy trilogy, I think it's called, and I was certain that this was the first book, but it's the third. Yeah, but there's no problem because I saw that all the characters are different and the story is different. It's kind of a loose series, so it doesn't have anything to do with the other one, so I'm gonna read this one first. And I love this cover because here these little hearts are very, looks like a sticker or something. This book is very cool because it has, because this girl is supposed to be traveling to Italy to go to her friend's wedding. They're kind of plane tickets, and I saw some pretty cool stuff here. They're like emails, and some receipts for, I don't know, stores, and these little drawings because I think it's kind of her journal. There's also this menu from restaurant they go to, so I think it's very cool. I think it's gonna flow super fast, but there's no doubt about that. It's Meg Cabot, right? And I was wanting books that were kind of light reads, not that these books that I read are heavy or anything. It's just that I wanted something with real people, no creatures, no fantasy, no past times, just the present and real people, and just something light and funny to read. So I got this one, and I got a bunch of others that are going to get through the mail because I'm needing light books to get my stress out from this really hard times I'm going through. But yeah. Finally, I got Last Sacrifice. It's a very big book, and I didn't start this one yet. I'm kind of saving it because it's the last one in the VA series. Yeah, I'm kind of scared to read this and know that it's over, but I will get to it eventually. And I watched the Tomorrow When the War Began movie, and I just fell in love with the series even more because I just love the movie. It's amazing. And so I think that evening I got a bunch more of the series, of the books of the series. So I got, what's it called? Tomorrow, The Dead of Night. And this cover is very cool. There's rain, and there's rain even on the side. It's lovely. And I read this already, and I really liked it. I don't know if I'm gonna make a book review over this. I don't think so. But this one was a lot more intense than the first one. There was a lot more of war, and the scenes in this book were a lot more violent and more rough and difficult, so it sounded more like a real war. Yeah, it was kind of tough sometimes, but the action was very good. And then I got On the Third Day the Frost. The Third Day the Frost. And I love this cover because here I thought it was just a sunset, but then you turn it and it's like this explosion, possibly caused by them. So can't wait to read this. And I got Darkness Be My Friend, which is the cover I fell in love with. That's why I started reading the series. Very cool. And all the branches and the hairs, belly, are kind of shiny. It's very pretty. Oh, and I forgot to show this book's, like, since this one is green, inside it's green, and the details of the separated chapter are kind of different. So here's like the tree, and this one that's orange. Everything's orange. Yeah, and here there are some seagulls. And this one that's blue. Everything's blue. Like, so awesome. There's these people. Very cool. Okay, now for some updates. I have read 2 books during this time. It was Ice by Sarah Beth Durst, and I gave this book 4 stars. I think I wrote a review over this on Goodreads if you want to go check it out. I liked it. It was very different from conventional fantasy books. It was more like a fairy tale feeling to it. And the thing I really liked most in this book was Cassie, which is this girl, resilience. She goes through so much crap that you have no idea. And she goes through them all. Like, first she's kind of angry with Bear, and there's some conflicting issues. But then she goes through all that, and she has no question whether to go through them or not. She just wants to go save him. So she goes through a lot. I thought it was very interesting to read. And there are some very cool magical creatures. It's very different lore. And it was interesting. I really liked this. And as I said, I read The Dead of Night. Like I said, it was a lot more tough and more difficult scenes to read about, but very good. I think it was 4 stars too. Oh yeah, and I also was listening to this audiobook called Secret Hour. It's the first one in the Midnighter series by Scott Westerfeld, but I had to stop listening to it because I was not liking it. I don't know if I would have felt different if I had read the book. Maybe the audio wasn't too interesting for me, but I don't know. I think the characters were kind of weak, and I didn't care for them. They were not very interesting. It was everything kind of predictable, but kind of confusing at the same time. I didn't know where this was going. Yeah, it was kind of weird. And the concept is kind of cool, but I didn't like it. And I really like Scott Westerfeld. I just don't think this was one of the best of his series. Uglies is a lot better, so I abandoned this book. So I didn't finish it. Yeah. And now I've been currently reading some books. So I'm reading Queen in Exile. I'm halfway through. And it's not much more of a fantasy book as it is a romance. It's very romance focused, so all this that I have read is basically the interaction between the guy and the princess, the queen. So it was good, it was not bad, but I kind of got tired of it, so I took a break. I take a break in a lot of books. Sometimes the book is very good and I have to take a break, but doesn't mean anything. But yeah, I had to take a break from all this romance. But it's okay so far. I think now it's gonna get more into the fantasy aspects of the book. Also, I've been reading Rumors for quite some time. I think I started in October last year, so I'm halfway through. But I was going through a part that was so terribly slow and boring, and I was kind of angry with some characters because they were doing some stupid things. But yeah, then I picked it up again, and it's getting a lot better. So I think now I'm gonna finish it for real. My book haul updates. There's a ton of books to get here. I went kind of book crazy in January because I discovered the book depository. And it gets so cheap if you don't have to pay for any shipping, because shipping over here is kind of long and far away. And I knew about the book depository, but until I think last year, they didn't ship free to Brazil. But then when I had to enter Renee's giveaway, and I went there just to say, oh, I don't know if I can participate in this because I don't think they ship here. But then they are shipping here now, and so I asked my book to Renee, and then I go in there every time I go in the website. I buy something. So yeah, there's a lot of book to get here, but yeah, I hope I have a book haul for you guys soon, and I'm gonna film my review over Across the Universe. Okay, see you later, guys.